found USB drives with pictures and videos of child abuse.
In May 2007, a little girl named Madeleine McCann vanished from a holiday resort in Portugal, leaving her parents and the world searching for answers. What seemed like a tragic but ordinary case of a missing child quickly spiraled into a global mystery, one that still remains unsolved today. So what really happened to Madeleine McCann? Let's take a closer look at the timeline of events, the investigation, and the haunting theories that have emerged over the years. The last night, May 3rd, 2007. It was supposed to be a relaxing family holiday. Kate and Jerry McCann, along with their 3 children, Madeleine and her younger twin siblings, were staying at the Ocean Club Resort in Praia da Luz, Portugal. On the evening of May 3rd, 2007, the couple decided to have dinner at a nearby restaurant with friends, while the children slept in their apartment just a short distance away. They took turns checking on the children every 30 minutes. But at around 10 p.m., when Kate went to check on her children, she discovered that Madeleine was missing. The window was open, and the bedroom door was ajar. There were no signs of forced entry, but Madeleine was gone. What started as a seemingly random disappearance quickly grew into something much darker. The initial search. Kate and Jerry immediately alerted the staff at the resort, and soon the entire complex was on high alert. The police were called, and a search of the area began. But despite the efforts of local authorities, the hours that followed did little to uncover any useful clues. Madeleine had vanished into thin air. The McCanns were distraught, but they held on to the hope that their daughter would be found quickly. However, the case took a strange turn when, just days after the disappearance, the media began speculating about the possibility of the McCanns being involved. The media scrutiny and public backlash. As days turned into weeks, the media's attention intensified. In a matter of days, the McCanns were under suspicion. Their decision to leave their children alone in the apartment while they dined nearby was criticized heavily, and the police, led by a now infamous lead investigator, Gonçalo Amaral, suggested that the couple might have been involved in Madeleine's disappearance. This theory was based on the idea that the McCanns might have accidentally caused their daughter's death and covered it up. The couple were named Arguidos, official suspects, in September 2007, although no evidence was ever found to link them to their daughter's disappearance. The media frenzy only added to the family's anguish. The constant media speculation and pressure turned their focus away from the real search for Madeleine, and instead, it seemed like the McCanns were fighting to clear their names. At the height of the media frenzy, some outlets published deeply troubling and unsubstantiated claims, including suggestions that Madeleine's parents might have been involved in her death. This quickly turned public opinion against the family, with some people doubting their innocence. It was a media circus that only deepened the pain for Kate and Jerry, who were already devastated by the loss of their daughter. Theories and suspects. As the months passed without any solid leads, a number of theories began to emerge. One of the most talked about possibilities was that Madeleine had been kidnapped. Some suggested that a criminal gang operating in the area may have taken her, while others believed she might have been abducted by someone who had been watching the family during their holiday. Over the years, various individuals have been investigated, and the police have followed numerous leads. One prominent theory is that Madeleine's disappearance is linked to a man named Christian Bruckner, a German sex offender who was living in the Algarve at the time. Bruckner was recently identified by German authorities as a suspect in the case. He was convicted of multiple sexual offenses and has been linked to similar crimes in the area. But no concrete evidence has been found to prove his involvement in Madeleine's disappearance. In 2020, German prosecutors claimed they had evidence linking Bruckner to the case, but it was not enough to charge him. The McCanns were hopeful, but once again the breakthrough everyone was waiting for seemed to fizzle out. The new lead offered more questions than answers, and the investigation remains open. The theories: accident, abduction, or something else. What happened to Madeleine McCann? Over the years, many theories have been proposed, each one more disturbing than the last. Theories have ranged from the possibility of an accident to elaborate kidnapping schemes, and even the idea that the McCanns themselves may have been involved in their daughter's disappearance. But what is the most plausible explanation? Here are the main theories: accident and cover-up. One theory suggests that Madeleine might have died accidentally in the apartment, and her parents, unable to deal with the tragedy, might have staged her disappearance to protect themselves. This theory was bolstered by the initial police investigation, which found no signs of forced entry, and the fact that the McCanns had initially left their children unattended in the apartment. However, no evidence has ever been found to support this, and the McCanns have always vehemently denied any wrongdoing. Kidnapping. The most widely accepted theory is that Madeleine was kidnapped. It's been suggested that an organized criminal gang targeted her family, either for ransom or as part of a wider child trafficking ring. Despite a huge international search, no clear evidence has emerged to confirm this theory, but it remains one of the most plausible possibilities. If Madeleine was abducted, then why has she never been found? The McCanns' involvement. This theory is still floated by a small but vocal group of people, some of whom believe the McCanns might have accidentally harmed Madeleine and then covered it up. The lack of physical evidence and the fact that no charges were ever brought against the parents make this theory highly controversial, but it persists in certain circles. Many believe that the public scrutiny surrounding the McCanns has clouded the investigation and caused important details to be overlooked. The role of Christian Bruckner. As mentioned, the German man Christian Bruckner has been named a suspect. His past crimes and his presence in the area around the time of Madeleine's disappearance have led some to believe he may hold the key to solving the case. But with no solid evidence, it remains just another theory. Some experts argue that Bruckner's involvement may be the breakthrough the case needs, while others remain unconvinced by the available evidence. The search continues. In the years since Madeleine's disappearance, the search for her has continued. The McCanns have been relentless in their pursuit of justice, appealing to the public for information and offering a reward for her return. While the case has faded from the headlines, Madeleine's parents have never given up hope. They have maintained that they believe their daughter is still alive and that one day the truth will come out. Despite the passage of time, the case remains open, with new leads and theories still emerging. But for now, the question remains: what really happened to Madeleine McCann? The lingering impact. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann has left an indelible mark on both her family and the public. It raised awareness about child abduction and sparked a global conversation about the safety of children while on vacation. But more than that, it's a story of grief, hope, and relentless pursuit of answers in the face of overwhelming uncertainty. As we look back on this case, the chilling reality is that the truth still eludes us. Whether Madeleine is still alive, or whether her fate lies in a place we may never be able to reach, remains a mystery. For her parents, every year that passes without answers is another year spent holding on to a hope that has, so far, refused to fade. The world continues to wait for that one crucial piece of information that might finally solve the mystery. Until then, Madeleine McCann's story will continue to haunt us.